Hi everyone, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about rude cruisers. People who just don't seem to care while they affect other people's cruises. Number one out there would be those people who are on vacation and they're with their three or four kids and they just don't seem to keep them under control, if you know what I mean. They're running up and down hallways, screaming, they're yelling, they're being very loud in the show theaters, they're running in between your deck chairs and lounges, they're running around the buffet all on a... It can be very annoying for people who don't have children, and it's one thing if you have children, they're just going around, they're just having fun, normal fun. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about the ones who are really just running around and just causing a disturbance everywhere they go. Screaming, yelling, and the parents just don't seem to care. And I understand. I've had kids. I've lived with it. But if my kids are in a public place and they're behaving poorly, we're not staying in that public place. Those kids are getting back to that stateroom until they start behaving, and they knew it. So if you're in a movie like the theater and watching a Broadway show and you have kids who are screaming and crying, I want to go, blah, 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 and the parents just sit there, that can be really annoying. Number two, deck chair hogs. There's some cruise ships that are very small pool areas, small areas that, you have the best seating for the deck chairs. There's lots of deck chairs everywhere, but if you want to be in one of those, near the bar, near the pool area, near the video screen so you can see what's happening on that, there's limited amount of benches that are out there. So we all know those people who get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, run out, put a book down, put a blanket down, put deck chair holders on there, and then they disappear and come back around 1 o'clock in the afternoon for some afternoon sun on those chairs. Meanwhile, those chairs have been blocked from everybody else using them for 7 hours of prime real estate on a cruise ship. Don't do that. Don't. I know you think that is the best chair, and it may be, but you're hogging it and you're just letting it sit there. That's not right. Let other people enjoy themselves as well. Just because you don't want to go to the chair till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, well, that's not anyone else's problem. That's your problem. Number two is some cruise lines do have a time limit that they will see, oh, this chair's been empty for about 40 minutes now. They put a little tag down there with the time, and then when they come back, if you're over a certain amount of time, they will remove your stuff. And I have seen yelling arguments when somebody got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, left their stuff there, came back at 7 o'clock at night for the movies under the stars and found out that their stuff had been removed. 5 in the morning, 7 o'clock at night. 14 hours they expected to reserve their own chair that no one else is allowed to touch it. And they were just screaming at the staff. And eventually I saw security called. Number three is a touchy one. Smoking on the balcony. I know people, if you're a smoker, some of you just can't quit. It's addictive and or you just enjoy it. That's fine, but it's illegal. You're not allowed to smoke on balconies or vape on balconies or use any kind of open flame on a balcony. You can't light a candle on a balcony. So it's always those people who sneak out, oh, I'm just going to have a quick cigarette. No one will notice. 99% of the time they flick their bud over the balcony because it's habit, right? You're driving down the road, you have an open window, you shoot it out. And a cruise ship, that little cigarette butt can land in a very bad place and cause fires. It happens all the time when people do that. That's why there's a strict rule, and you can even be removed from a cruise ship. Not only that, if just because you're smoking on a balcony, it doesn't stay on your balcony. The ship is moving. The wind current drags that smoke behind you, And for the 3, 4, 5, 6 balconies behind you, if they're sitting out there, all they get is whatever you're smoking comes into their lungs and into their smell. And you're affecting other people's cruises because you couldn't be bothered to go 2 decks up to the smoking area. As simple as that. Every cruise ship has smoking areas for you to go and smoke where it's safe, and there's ashtrays that are closed. Keep the cigarette butts from blowing around. If you're doing it on your balcony, be warned. If somebody complains and you get caught, there is a good chance nowadays that you will be removed from the cruise ship. It just happened 3 weeks ago on the second day of somebody's 10-day cruise. I know the person. They were a passenger and a guest from a client of mine. And they knew. They said they knew, but they didn't think it was going to be that severe. What could they do? Can they get their money back? Can their insurance give them their back? No. You broke a law on the cruise ship. You broke a rule on the cruise ship and removed. Insurance isn't going to cover you because you did something you weren't supposed to do. So be warned, there is that chance. Number 4. I hope I don't come into this category. But it's that person who's a know-it-all. It can be their second cruise, but they seem to be the expert on cruising. No matter what you say, they always have that story that will one-up your story. Oh, we went swimming with the dolphins and it was great. I went swimming in the ocean and a live dolphin swam up to us. It was fantastic. It swam all around us. Oh, yeah, that's really cool. We went and we swam with sharks, and I went and swam with sharks, and a great white shark started attacking the cage. It was crazy, and you know that kind of person. No matter what you say, their cruise is better and has always been better than whatever you've ever done in your life. Whenever I come across this person, I really like to see how far they go, and quite often I'll just tell stuff that's not true. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh yeah, I remember when I was skydiving there up in Punta Cana, and the chute didn't open for one person in our group who was flying down below, and myself and one of the instructors managed to get over, and we managed to wrap ourselves around him, and we opened up the parachutes, and this person managed to lie. He had it was a very scary moment in there, but we saved this person's life. And then I watch how they're gonna one-up me. But they do. So don't be that know-it-all. If you know stuff about cruising, it's okay to talk about and have fun, but don't be that person who just wants to one-up somebody, and their cruise is cheaper, their cruise is more luxurious, and we've had way more fun than you could possibly have ever had. Number 5, I kind of like to call tightwads, for a lack of a better word. And it's not necessarily meant, you got to be frugal. Yeah, I try and save money everywhere I go, whenever possible. I'm driving someplace and I see gas is 3 cents cheaper than where I was, originally leaving from. I'll pull in to get gas because it's 3 cents cheaper. I'm that person, yes. However, there are people that I see line up the minute they get on a cruise ship. Day 1, go down to customer service and remove their gratuities because they want to save that $100 per person right away. Doesn't matter that the steward hasn't done anything. They just want to remove the gratuities to save that $200. That's a person. Have you ever been in this group? You're traveling with 3 or 4 couples, and you always have that one couple who everyone wants to go whale watching, and the fee for whale watching is like $100 per person to go. And they're going, well, you know what? I'd rather do this excursion that's $29. Everybody wants to go whale watching. They want to do a city bus tour. You know what I mean? They're doing it because they want to save money, and it hinders your vacation. If you're doing a once in a blue moon vacation, it's your first time to Alaska ever, and you want to go see humpback whales, go see humpback whales. Don't let somebody talk you out of it because the boat tour around the port is much cheaper, and it's easier to do. Do what you want to do on the cruise and enjoy your cruise. And if you're that person removing gratuities on day 1, I'm sorry, I kind of do. I don't agree with that at all. Number 6, one of my favorites. You all know I love these people. I just want to give them a big hug because I love these people so much. People who touch food. People who touch food in the buffet. There's tongs everywhere. Don't touch my food. If you ever want to get me mad on a cruise ship, touch my food with your hands. As one unlucky person found out on my last cruise. Because I am the calmest person in the world on a cruise. And it's even when the person first touched the food, I didn't say nothing. But then they licked their fingers and touched it again. That's what threw me over the top, and that drives me nuts. Do not touch food, bread, anything in the food area, period. Don't do it. Number 7, people who have to carry on loud conversations during the shows, during the entertainment, during the comedian, during the Broadway shows, during the circus acts. They talk like they're alone in their living room watching TV. They yell. The person's directly beside them, but hey, it's pretty loud in here, so I have to yell to the person beside me. And it's not just one comment. It's through the whole dang show. The whole time. Yap, 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 yap. Don't be that person. It's okay to lean over and whisper something and talk softly. That's great. I'm talking about those people who have full-blown, loud conversations during the show. That can really ruin the whole experience for everybody around you. Number 8 is that person who has the unlimited drink package and takes full advantage of it. And what I mean by that is they get outright drunk to the point where they can barely carry on a conversation, barely get up off the table. They're sick to their stomachs. They're obnoxious. You all know that person who gets so intoxicated and suddenly they become the toughest person in the room, or the loudest person in the room, or the most obnoxious person in the room. Cruising is great. Free drinks is great. Have a ball. Have as many as you want, but know your limit. Know when you're getting to that point where you're being stupid. It's time to slow down and stop. And I've seen so many people who were actually detained on cruise ships because they got hammered to the point where they were a danger to themselves. If you're hammered drunk and can't move and you're doing silly stuff, often the cruise lines will take you and bring you down to either the security or the medical area and won't let you go back to your room until you've sobered up, because they're afraid you're going to do something stupid like take a selfie while drunk on the balcony. So yeah, don't be that person. Drink responsibly. Have fun. That's great. I have some drinks on cruise ships, but it doesn't mean that you have to, well, I have the unlimited drink package. In order to make the money pan out, because I paid so much for it, I have to have 21 drinks today. All right, let's get started. No, just drink and have fun. Number 10, those people, especially in groups, who elevator rush or block the elevator. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you standing with a group of 5 people 6 inches from the elevator doors, and when the doors open, you're lo and behold surprised that there may be people trying to get out of the elevators, or you just rush in anyway before they have a chance to get out? Stop doing that. Stand to the sides, let somebody get out, then go in. Don't immediately rush into the elevator. That is the worst. That's the reason that the elevators sometimes take a lot longer to get where they're going. And also, if you're on the 5th deck and you're going to deck 1, don't hit up and down thinking you're going to get a faster elevator that way. Hit the down button, because the elevators are going to stop on the way up. It's not going to change its mind and go down for you. It's going to continue up and you're going to have to come back down. You're just asking for an extra stop, which makes the elevators go slower. That's all it does. It's not making your trip any faster. So if you're going down, hit down. If you're going up, hit up. Leave it at that. And don't stand directly in front of the doors. Let it go. It's much easier. I'm just saying. Number 10, Anybody who's been to a Broadway show or a comedy act or any kind of thing like that, magic shows in particular, magic shows and comedy acts in particular, when they ask for volunteers, you all know that person who thinks they're the show. They're the funniest person in the world, and everybody needs to look at me. They can't, like, they're sitting in their seat like this. They're gonna ask for a volunteer. They're gonna ask, oh, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. Everyone's gonna be happy. They're gonna love me. Oh, it's gonna be great. Hi, okay, for this next segment, I'll do it! I'll do it! That's what you hear. Holy jumping. And 9 times out of 10, when the person's trying to do their act and work around this person, they're ad-libbing their own supposedly funny lines or funny actions and faces, pretending they don't understand what the guy's trying to say, or doing the exact opposite because they're so funny. You're not. You're not funny. Everybody in the audience is going, is it over yet? No. Okay. No, they're still up there. So yeah, at the shows, the audience is not the show. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so those are really 10 cruisers that can be considered bad cruisers, rude cruisers, and they can actually affect everybody else around them on the cruise and make it a worse experience. So if you're on any of those, and I might be on one, so yeah, try not to do it. Try not to do it. Just go on a cruise, have fun, don't touch my food, don't smoke on the balconies, don't get so hammered drunk you can't, stand. Don't be those people. Be a great cruiser. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.